Hey there, Facebook family. How is everybody today? Happy 2017. I'm so excited to be back online with everybody in this new year, with this new fresh start, and all of the new exciting things that we can do. We have a clean slate, and the whole new year opportunity gives us the ability to just go out and pick up our dreams and go crazy and take advantage of all the new things that are available for us. You know, we are what we make our abilities and what we make our life. So take this opportunity to jump in and have a new start and make some new goals. What do those goals look like? And make some goals and push yourself to the point where you can achieve some of those goals. Hey there, Pandora. Good morning and Happy New Year to you. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you this morning. So what I really want to talk about today is all of those things. You know, we all talk about New Year's resolutions and how we're going to lose weight, or we're going to eat less, or we're going to go to the gym more, or we're going to work harder, or we're going to do more things with our family, and all of these different ideas. But, you know, the other thing I want you to think about is take a few minutes to figure out what your goals look like. What do you really, really want to do? What's the one thing that you haven't been able to do? Maybe the trip, maybe the buy a piece of real estate, maybe the buy a new car, maybe go out and move to a new area, or find a new adventure. Put yourself in a position this year to check something off your bucket list. This is a new start, and we always get it every year. And sometimes we decide all these great things that we're going to do, and then we don't check them off. So make a list, make it simple. You know, pick one really high achieving goal this year, but make the other one small, simpler goals that you know you can get to with a little bit of effort. You know, we have a great opportunity here to jump out and do some new things for ourselves, our family, our team that we work with, and so I really want to encourage you to take advantage of that. So I wanted to start this morning by saying Happy New Year. Thank you so much for all of the success and the opportunity to work with you in 2016, both through our title company and also through the Coffee with Connie chats. I really appreciate your time. I enjoy so much being able to talk to you and help you out with things that you may not understand, or maybe help you share with others. So let me encourage you first to please share. If you watch one of our videos and you think that it's a valuable piece of information and you really like it, please share that with people that you know, because the people that you know on your Facebook or your other social media channels are people that you know and aren't necessarily people I know, and maybe they would get some more information out of things we talk about. So first, please share. The other thing is if you want to make sure you don't miss any of our conversations, hit the follow button. That's down on the bottom, and what it'll do is Facebook will notify you when we're getting ready to go live. So good morning, Kathy. Hope you're enjoying your time in sunny Florida. I actually thought you guys were out on a boat this morning, so kind of funny that you're able to watch live. So I appreciate you tuning in. So what I wanted to talk to you about today is I want to know what your word is for 2017. And you may say, what the heck are you talking about? Well, my word, I want to share with you first, so then you'll get the idea. We talked a little bit about goals for 2017, and you know, I want you to pick one really big one so that you have something to really push yourself for, but a lot of smaller ones that you can achieve, because sometimes we set our goals way too high, and maybe it makes it harder for us to get to that one. And once we get that one, we can get to the next one. So what I wanted to talk to you about today is what your word is. Pick not only a goal, but pick your word that you're going to constantly, everything you do is going to revolve around that word. And so I shared a little bit last week, and I wanted to reiterate that and really hone in on it this week. And in all the broadcasts we do, we're going to talk about this. So my word for the year is execute. And execute is a huge word. It means that you really have to commit to whatever you're going to do. And to me, it means that if you say that you're going to take care of something, you have to put it on your list, and you have to make sure that you get it done no matter what. So whatever your goals are that you put on your list, and whatever that bucket list thing is that you chose to do, put it on your list. And in my case, I have to make sure I do whatever it takes to get to that goal. And that's what execute means for me. So execute for you, and what I'm sharing, yes, this is my word, but I want to share this for you with respect to real estate. There may be so many things about your home or a home that you want to purchase that you need to think about. And with respect to execute, we're going to talk about a couple of things that may be things that you've been lingering out there that you need to put on your list. And using my word for execute, I want you to understand, and I want you to take that step and start executing on some of these things that you need to do with respect to your real estate. So first, let's talk about on execute with real estate. Maybe you want to buy a home. Maybe that's one of your goals and you really want to do that in 2017. There's so many opportunities out there. There's so many different loan programs. There's so many realtors that really know the market and can help you find that perfect home for you that fits your budget, that fits your needs. It fits maybe your child care ability. It fits where you want to live, and having your own home and a place to call your own will make a huge difference in your life. So if that's, excuse me, this rain is really messing with my head a little bit today. So in my word, in execute, if you want to, if one of the things on your bucket list is you want to buy a home, then what I recommend for you is take the initiative, do some things. Here's some things that you need to think about. Before you start looking at a home, find where you want to be, and then start executing on some of the steps you need to do. Take this as a project. It's not like you're going to run out and say, oh my God, I found this home. I absolutely love this, because there's so many pieces that go into it. So first I want you to start doing a little bit of research about where you want to be, and then I want you to interview realtors. There are so many amazing realtors out there, and so many of them actually tune in with us. Hey there, Cecilia. How are you today? Happy New Year to you as well. Thanks so much for tuning in. I have some amazing realtors that we are connected with, but also amazing realtors that actually tune in on our channel. And these guys do a lot of great things in the community. They know the areas. They know the details that you need to know. But not every single person has a personality that connects with another person. And so when I say interview realtors, you may have family and friends that have worked with a lot of different realtors. And they'll recommend those people to you. And they may be amazing at their job, but they may not be a person that fits your personality. So decide not what neighborhood you want to be in, but what area of the state you want to be in. And from there, then start looking and doing some research about finding the right realtor, because the right realtor will find that perfect home for you, that dream home. So then you don't have to do as much of the legwork yourself, and they know the nuances and some of the pieces. They're going to interview you as well and make sure that they do find all of the right pieces that fit your needs. That's number one. Execute finding the right realtor. Execute finding the right mortgage professional. So just because you found the perfect home, now you got to be able to pay for it, and you have to find the right loan. And if you think that there's one or two things and that fits everybody, that's absolutely incorrect. There's so many different things to think about with the new loan, and there's so many programs out there with different things that could fit your needs. So again, you may get referrals from people that you know, and those may be great professionals to work with, but this is somebody you're going to share your financial information with. Everything about you is going to show up on the table, and you need to make sure that the person you work with understands you, understands your situations, and can make sure that they help you get into that dream home with the loan that you can afford to pay for the next 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever you choose. So interview by executing and finding that right mortgage lender for you. And thirdly, in that piece of the puzzle, it is just as important, and you may not understand it, to execute by doing your research and finding a company that can do that closing for you. Again, you're going to get a lot of referrals, and that's going to be great because that'll help you narrow some things down. But you need to do a little bit of research, because that company and that person that does that closing for you, that person has to be licensed in the state they're doing the closing. They have to make sure that everything is clear on that ownership chain before that you can actually go to closing. And that takes a lot of research and work, and not everybody does a good job about that. And then when you walk away from that closing table, they're the ones who are actually going to protect your ownership. So you want to make sure that you are interviewing someone that protects your interests, so you are not sitting at home one evening enjoying your new home, the snow's coming down, and somebody calls and says, hey, you owe me X amount of dollars because I had a lien on that property with the previous owners and it wasn't taken care of. My gosh, what the heck's going to happen when that happens? Good morning, Wendy. Hey there, Heather. How are you, girl? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate your time this morning. So those are the three things I want you to execute on when you are deciding that you're on your goals, your bucket list this year is to buy a new home. You need to make sure that you do those three things, executing to protect your interest. Now let's talk about a couple other things real quick while we're talking about my word for the year, execute. And I do want to know in the chat, please, please, please drop me your word for 2017. I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know what you're up to, and I want to be able to help you follow up on that. So with respect to my word, execute, what I want you to look at is think about this. If you have a piece of property and maybe you have been saying, gosh, I need to do some things with my property. I need to add my my husband or my boyfriend, or I need to take somebody off the ownership of the property, or I need to add one of my kids for some estate planning. Maybe you've been putting off doing estate planning, excuse me. Let me tell you, there's a couple people on our chat that can speak to this very honestly. You do not want to wait for doing those things. Those things are so important because you just don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So execute, execute, execute. If you own a piece of property and you have not done your estate planning properly, you want to make sure that property goes where you want it to go, then you need to sit down and talk with an estate planning attorney. Or we can actually talk you through some of the pieces if you want to add somebody to the ownership, take somebody off of the ownership, why that matters, how that ownership would be affected if we do some of those things. Adding your children, you want to make sure you never add a minor child to a piece of property unless you're legally advised to do that. I would really recommend against it because it really can affect so many things that you may want to do later. But again, think about these things. On my word for 2017, execute. If you have not thought about some of these things, estate planning, when it is respective of your real estate, is hugely important. And you want to make sure that you understand those pieces and you get that done because you just don't know what could happen to any of us tomorrow, or this afternoon, or next week. And that's, I have lots of different things we could talk about on that, and we'll do that in future conversations on Coffee with Connie. But I really just wanted to say to you, if this is one of your goals, you need to make sure that you get that real estate in the proper hands so we can help you do those kind of things. And lastly, I wanted to talk about, with respect to your real estate and the word for 2017 and executing, if you do home improvements, if you want to do some things to your home, thank you, Wendy. I like that accountability. I love that word. I'm going to hold you to that one, girl. We're going to stay in touch, and I am going to hold you to it. So if you are talking about your real estate, let's talk about something else. Maybe you've been thinking about doing improvements to your home. And I talked about this a little bit in 2016, but maybe you're going to do some home improvements to your home. And that is super exciting. And that's on your bucket list. And you want to save the money to make sure you get that taken care of. What I want you to do again is do some research. The referral is a great start, but do some research to make sure that the contractor that you're going to work with is somebody that you feel comfortable with. Because the problem is if you do some work on your real estate and you're not happy with them and things aren't followed through properly, it can affect your ownership. And so we want to make sure that that doesn't happen. You're letting your friends join your video. We're telling your friends to join your video. Yes, I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes it's hard for me to read. Awesome. Thank you very much for spreading the word and sharing, everybody. It looks like everybody's sharing the video, and I really, really appreciate that. Sometimes I wear reading glasses, which some of you may know and some of you may not. So sometimes it's really hard for me to read the little fine print on the screen, so I apologize. So with execute and home improvements, the home improvement is exciting and wonderful. Save your money and get that done this year. Put that on your goal if that's one of your bucket lists is to get a new deck put on your house. But what I want you to do is understand how it affects your real estate ownership. If you are not working with a professional, it could affect your ownership because if there is any kind of complication between you and the contractor that does the work and they are uncomfortable about how you're paying for it, they can put a lien against your property. So we can talk about that a little bit more in a future conversation, or if people have questions, I'm happy to answer those. But make sure you do the research and you find a professional that works for you. There's a funny commercial right now, and I can't tell you the company that it's with, but it's a contractor that's talking to homeowners, and it's all about, wouldn't it be funny if somebody actually said what they meant, and the contractor says, well, I'm going to leave your house in shambles, and it'll take me 3 or 4 weeks before we come back and finish the job, and those types of things. Just because somebody has great reviews online, just because somebody had a good experience with a contractor, maybe it isn't a contractor that fits your personality. So interview these guys and gals and make sure that they're people that you could work with and that you can get the job done the way you want to. So those are some things that might affect your real estate with respect to resolutions and my word this year with execute. So what I recommend to you guys is go out and get the things you want in 2017. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And if you are thinking about buying a piece of property and building a new home, let's get it done. Let us help you answer some questions. Let us help you get you in some directions maybe with those right referrals of those great professionals. And then do your research. Do what I suggest is execute on those things. Like you have a clean slate. We have all these great opportunities to start all these great things. And I can tell you at Foote Title Group, we have so much going on that we're going to be rolling out for you guys in the next couple of months. And the first thing I wanted to tell you is with that execute in mind, we finished 2017 with a huge bang. My team has just rocked it out of the park, and I'm so proud of them. But one of the things that we put on our list back in the middle of the year is we wanted to roll out a new website. So we had more resources for you guys and made it much easier for you to understand and find all the things that you need. And we were able to roll that out actually on December 31st at about 4 o'clock. So actually, I think it was December 30th at 4 o'clock. So I want you to go check out the new website because there's so many good resources on there and we're constantly adding things. So go to the new website. There's a calculator that you can register for that can help you calculate what your costs would be for closing. That realtors can get on there and they can actually do estimates. Lenders can do estimates too. They can be saved in there. It's just amazing that you can see that. There's an informational video about Foote Title Group on there. On the buyer's page, there's all kinds of resources, including the home buying guide, the planning your move checklist, the flow chart about buying real estate, the sample docs book. Yeah, lots of cool things for you to download there. There's a sellers page that has a lot of good resources for you as well. There's a realtors and lenders page, which is new to our website, which will give you guys all kinds of resources too. Some of the resources the buyers and sellers have, but also some resources that you guys might need. Helpful links on all kinds of things in Maryland and Virginia, finding about licenses, getting contacts for the county and the state governments about recording costs, all kinds of resources on there. So we are super jonesed about our new website. And I want you guys to go check it out, www.footetitlegroup.com. And leave me, again, a note in the words below. Let me know what your word is for 2017. I've got 2 of them. We've got mine, that's execute. We've got Wendy Ennis's, which is accountability. Hey there, Sherry East. How are you this morning? Thanks so much for tuning in. I want to know what your word is for 2017. We're going to hold you to it, and we're going to start talking about your words and how we relate those to real estate in the going forward in the future. So thank you so much for your time this morning, guys. I so really appreciate it. Again, if you found the information helpful, please share. Just go at the bottom, click the share button. It will help people that you know maybe get some information that I can't get to them because I don't know them. So I would love it if you would share. I'd really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have an amazing start to the first day back at work for 2017. And I can't wait to hear about all the awesome things that you're doing. Hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you again on Thursday with Coffee with Connie. I'm Connie Fuchsa with Foote Title Group, where we protect your home ownership. Have a great day, guys.